Alright friends, we're back. It's a Sunday night, bank holiday. Got a lovely cup of Yorkshire Gold. We just had a very, very important fight where we managed to get some pretty impressive armor. It's big. It's big. So, Scipio Africanus, the Axe-Master, has himself a fighting axe. Scipio Shield Bearer, who's going to be replaced. Eventually we'll get rid of him. His resolve is arse. His melee skill is terrible. He's a dastard. Bistelfus Optimi. He's going to be replaced as well. Same story, no melee stars. Alexander M is going to eventually replace Picausis with a few more levels. At level 4 he has 80 resolve. Compare that to Picausis' 91 at level 8. And this is 80 resolve at level 4 without a sash. I'm gutted we couldn't get the sash. And here we go. Lucius Vorenus. Our companion. He's been with us for all 70 odd games. And we just recently got a lamellar harness and a bassinet with mail. He's really just hanging on to this until our two sword raiders get some more levels on them. I think Doral Red Looks is most likely going to be the one to use it. He's going to use a Warbrand, heavy armor, and just chop people to pieces. I look forward to it immensely. Indeed. Well, I wouldn't worry about it, mate. Like, you've still served the company wonderfully, and we very much appreciate your efforts. What we will do, though, once Alexander takes over as Sergeant, you've still got 62 melee skill, and you are still a caravan hand. And you do still have 27 range defense. So we'll slap a sword and shield on you. Yeah. And have you served the company as best you can? Unless you want to take retirement, but that's up to you. I would suggest you keep working. You still have a lot to offer. Right, let's do some selling here. That's freaking annoying. Okay, right. We need to offload some junk. That is junk. That's junk. These military picks are not junk, but I just don't have a use for them. Flails we need. These swords we don't need anymore. We don't need any of those rusty Malcoifs or any of these. Honestly, the Decayed Great Helm can go. We're never going to use it. It's too heavy. Same for the Decayed Coat of Plates. I mean, it seems super, super sad to give up 260 points of armor, but minus 42 fatigue. I'll tell you what, let's hang on to it. For all we know, we could hire a wild man that might be able to use it. We're not going to get a good price here for these furs. Oh, we're getting there, boys. We're getting there. We've almost got the 10 grand we need. No one here worth hiring. He could wear plate. This guy, but I mean, he's there to be a banner boy. I mean, he's got lots of fatigue, which he needs to use to blow his horn to raise morale, and he's got resolve. I'm so impressed by his resolve. His melee skill is actually okay, 60%, and the fact that he got range defense. These are the 3 star points that you want, as far as I'm concerned, in a sergeant. I mean, he doesn't output huge DPS with his battle standard. He just has to stay alive so he can, you know, stay alive, obviously. Okay, we're going to be clearing out a graveyard, so I expect zombies. But I want to be prepared for Nachtzeer, so swords, throwing weapons, axes. Yeah, you can use that, that's fine. We'll see what it is. If it's nothing, or if it's enemies that don't use shields, we'll switch out the long axes for these jagged pikes. Right, onward. Bleached tombstones. Oh, that's going to be a fight in a swamp. No good. And then when we get back, that fearful villagers debuff should be gone, and we should be able to get all of those resources for a decent price, flip them for a nice little profit. Let's just see what it is that we're up against. Come to find many of the graves are emptied, not just emptied, but unearthed from below, not the work of grave robbers. To arms! So this is unearthed from below, so it's zombies, so there's no need for the axes on our guys here at the back. Hell, I can even put them up front with swords and shields. Why the hell not? Any more throwing weapons to go around? I don't expect to get anything out of this, but hey, it could be a laugh. Whoa! 10 of them. What are they? Fallen hero, fallen hero. 4 fallen heroes. That is a tier 1 axe. Holy crap. Okay. Okay. So on the plus side, we've got a nice little setup here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potentially 6. On the downside, the bows aren't going to do shit to these things. But if I can get my hands on that axe, I'll be a very happy boy. I don't think the war bows are really even worth using. Really, we can pick off the Vidagangers with them, but then once it's just fallen heroes. Oh, that's a tier 1 mace. So this is scary, but actually quite exciting. There's some amazing gear on the field here to be had. And the fact that they are going to be standing in this murky water for minus 25 melee skill and minus 25 melee defense is just wonderful for us. Lucius, you need to be right up here in the thick of it. I do agree, hope I don't lose any of my guys, but let's bear this a few things in mind here. There's some nice helmets here. They are... Oh, they're not coming at us? Really? That's interesting. Oh, in that case then... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they're not coming at us? Damn, that sucks. Okay, then we have to just draw the line here, and then some of the guys will get firm ground to stand on. That's super interesting. I have never seen... Look at the cultist. Oh, that's another level 1 axe. Wow! There's some amazing gear on the field here. This is such an interesting fight. I've never really had a fight like this before. Yeah, that headsman's axe is going to be wonderful if we can get our hands on it. Where's Lucius Vorenus? It's his job to stunlock that fallen hero, because that is terrifying if that axe goes to work on us. And now typically as soon as we've made as though we're going to move towards them, they've started moving. Let's see if we can fake them out and move back again. That's Decayed Coat of Scales, which is super, super heavy, but... Oh, there's 2... Is there 1 mace or 2 maces? What sucks is everybody's getting exhausted just going back and forth in this horrible muck. But it's going to take them 1, 2, 3, 4 turns to get into contact with us, so we'll have plenty of time to recover. Actually, I think they can only move one square at a time. That's going to take them forever. We're going to have so much time to just pepper them with arrows as they approach us. This is when I wish I had a crossbow, because the crossbow could actually do some damage to this armor. That's also true, yeah, they don't have any fatigue, but I mean, it's going to take them so long to get to us. I think that's another set of decayed scale. And here it starts. Oh, terrible miss. Picasso, can you, I think, get ready with those nets? And at some point they are going to get into range of our throwing weapons. Which is obviously not going to do a whole lot, but it's going to do something, and something is better than nothing. I think I'm going to want Scipio here on the flank. Yeah, Lucius up here definitely. He needs to be on the crux. He's going to be taking by far the majority of the damage. This is going to be a super interesting fight. We're in position, lads. Almost in position. We just need Aurelius and Scipio to get into position. God, I love this game. It never ceases to amaze me how there's almost always something new that the game throws at you. One thing that does suck for us was, being that I wasn't expecting the fallen heroes, I swapped out the long axes, which now would have been vital to break these shields. On the plus side though, we do have one fighting axe here on Alexander, I think it is. Doyle, you've got a sword and some axes. At the very least, if we can pick off all of the armored Weidegangers as they approach, that's something. That's Alexander M, who had 39 hit points. Oh crap, he's still wounded from the previous fight. Fuck, that's a horrible oversight on my part. Oh, I should have moved those two, whoopsie. And even though these hunting bow using archers aren't going to do much damage, if they can at least get stacks of overwhelm, that's going to further increase their attack and defense effectiveness, which is going to make them, you know, pretty damn harmless, I hope. Just trying to be a bit more judicious with the arrows, because I'm just conscious we only have 20 shots each on these archers. Ha ha ha! And I was tempted to draw the battle line here, but then they would all just get onto this bit of dry land and we'd lose our advantage. 66% chance is not horrible, but I mean, with that scale, he's hardly going to put a dent in it. Here's our first customer. We can start throwing the throwing weapons. Who knows, if enough of these throwing axes hit that shield, it can actually destroy the shield. So I believe a throwing axe hitting a shield does 8 damage to that shield. 9%, not even worth throwing. And these shields have 20 health, so 4 throwing axes and they'll break. Customers, let's get ready with the nets. Okay, so 16 damage onto that shield. Actually, I should wait and let the archers go first and stack some overwhelm on them. We'll make them easier to hit. Have you got overwhelm? You don't. Okay, never mind then. It's doing a bit of damage to the shield. There you go. Overwhelm times 2. That's not inconsiderable damage to the armor. Julius, you've got overwhelm, don't you? So 5 stacks of overwhelm, so that's 50% reduced melee defense and range defense. That is super, super scary. Be brave, men. I think I'm actually gonna have to move up here. Ooh, look at that! That's not an inconsiderable amount of damage to the armor. Look at that. That's doing stuff. Things are happening here. Right, who's got the stacks of overwhelm? Oh, has it gone off already? Okay. Look at that, his armor's destroyed and he hasn't even gotten into melee range yet. Hashtag worth, anyone? Are we gonna kill this thing before it even gets to us? Lads, I'm so impressed. It sucks to break this, to destroy the armor, yes, but there's a lot of these fallen heroes. And if I just get the weapons out of this, I'll be an exceptionally happy boy. Eat it, nerd! I'll drink to that. Yorkshire Gold. It's delicious. Julius, you have overwhelmed, don't you? Here he comes. He's right there in the muck. Probably going to take that position. So in that case I'm going to move Scipio back. I can't believe how comparatively useful these throwing weapons have been. Victoria, you don't have overwhelm, so there's not much sense in trying to shoot at the fallen heroes. Yeah, just take down that nerd. One major concern though is our only anti-armor solution is this fighting axe and that mace. I mean, that's not inconsiderable, but I'm actually going to wait because I know there's an enemy in there. If he takes this position, then I could be melee attacking him. Oh, he's right there. Okay. He's hiding in the bushes, the cheeky git. Oh, you're exhausted. No, you're out of ammo. God, this is terrifying. Only swords. We are really going to struggle to get through this armor with these crappy swords. Yeah, 250% and they both missed. Okay, boys, shit's about to get real. So that armor is technically falling apart, but I think it's too risky to switch to daggers and try to dagger him down. We just need stuff to die, and we need it to die now. Woo! At least we can stun lock him, which is quite nice. So you've got armor, you just don't have fatigue. Okay, fine. He does have a collapsed lung after all. That's hardly surprising. Look at that damage, beautiful. God, Mark Antony is such a beast. He's got 77% chance to hit even through that shield. I think keep him stun locked. You missed this. Okay, yeah, that's a lesson. Always go for the stun first in case it misses. It's a hunting bow. Is that going to do anything? He's got no armor, so yes, it's worth taking the shot. Look at that damage. Beautiful. Beautiful. Actually, you need to move back here, Scipio, because if this guy catches you there by yourself, at least by standing here, this dude has to be in contact with two of the brothers at once. Yeah, I'm going to save the other net for this guy. I think we've done sterling work, just thin their numbers down and do so much damage before they're finally in melee contact with us, but this is now where shit gets super, super scary. 39% chance to hit, God. Oh, you can't afford to miss, Scipio. Raid boss down, boys. He doesn't drop that axe on the floor now, so there's a fair chance that we won't get that axe, but hey. I'm just going to go all out of fence. If I get Martinez Ayuris over to that position, he can shoot at this one without the range penalty. I think it's time to go. Yep, reload your arrows. Shoot all the arrows. How many arrows do we have left here? 8 left. Okay, so we can keep shooting for 4 more turns. 81% chance to hit. I didn't see the sense in putting up a shield wall because he'll just use his axe to go straight through my shield. 70%. Yeah. I'm just going to check these guys, check their inventory, because there's an outside chance I might have given them. Here's an interesting question. If I can break their shields, is it going to be more effective to use the swords to go through those armor or to dagger them down? I have a suspicion it's going to be daggers because... So 20 to 30 ignores armor. The sword does 0 to 9 ignores armor and 32 to 36 damage to armor. And they're carrying 200 and something points of armor, so we're gonna have to hit it like how many? What do you think that's about, Skolder? How many hits do you reckon? I would agree that dagger's the way to go. The problem is we need to get those shields down, and the only axe on the field we have there is Scipio. Although perhaps the noble sword is a different story. 38 to 42 damage to armor. He can probably wreck their armor in 40 odd, and he's only got a dagger. Yeah, look at that, it's hardly scratching the armor, but it's still better than nothing. Oh, he's rising up! Oh, don't hit the head. One more hit. Just have to pray that this goes... no, it's not muck about. So I fully expect this nerd to move into this position, so take the one shot and then go to your pike. Let's focus this one down. I would prefer to focus down the one with the mace, but we've already done so much work to this one's armor. Julius. 10 more arrows. Here we go. Oh, you fucking beautiful bastard. We have 19... I think I have to hope for the stun. Yeah, there you go. So now he's too exhausted to keep doing that stunning, so we have to take this guy out in the next turn. Okay, awesome. That sword hurt, but didn't do that much damage. Two 36s and they both hit. Woo! Okay, this dude we can 100% dagger down. Oh, that's big. I needed that. Not if you miss him. Let's reckon the armor. But I think it's worth it because of the overwhelmed stack, making him easier to hit. So 15 to 35. What's the armor piercing? 0 to 10. Unbelievably, you're better off with a dagger. Not if we can't hit the bugger. Oh, that's so scary! I think, yeah, there's still one more of these buggers out here somewhere. Ah, it's gonna take ages to dagger him down. I think I gotta stop wrecking this guy's armor. Oh, one more of those. Oh, so close. We haven't taken a hit yet, I don't think. Yeah, I think the minus melee skill is really helping us. Oh, helmet head. Helmet hit. Yeah, that one over there. There's another one of these mace carrying ones. Oh, good job. It's working, boys. He's going to rise up, isn't he? Yeah, okay, so just stay where you are and catch your breath. I can't believe I'm daggering down fallen heroes. I'm so amused by that. I don't think I want to damage this one's armor anymore. Completely out of ammo. Okay, yeah, these aren't that bad. Oh, that's almost destroyed his armor. I shouldn't do any more damage to that one's armor. Almost. evidently all the dagger stabbing is quite tiring. Woo! Outstanding. Outstanding. Boys, I'm so proud. Could not be more proud. Yeah, look at this guy. Where's this fallen arrow? Are we going to have to go find him? I think so. We have to go slog through this horrible swamp to go find him. He's gone berserk. Yeah, there is 100% another one of these fallen heroes out here somewhere. I suspect he's just standing over there in the swamp and is bugged out and isn't coming towards us. I'm glad I took Overwhelm now. It hasn't done much for us in a lot of the other fights, but it's done absolute work for us in this fight. Alright, men, start slogging towards this bloody thing. Have I already used my falcon? I believe I have. Who's actually carrying the falcon? Kausis. Not yet. I think let's get around here, then we'll release the falcon. Let's cross out to over here. It's odd that this fallen hero has just bugged out, but I'm glad. I mean, having to have dealt with another one would have been a real pain. I think we fooled them by like faking forward and then going back. What's up, Mikey? Things do seem tense. That was super scary. 4 or 5 fallen heroes with a bunch of tier 1 weapons. But all these throwing weapons we used on the front line has actually really paid off, just in terms of softening up the enemy before we killed them. Now we've got to hunt down this last fallen hero, which is kind of a bummer. There he is. Hello, lad. Get him, boys. It's going to take forever, but I think just while we walk towards him, let's speed up gameplay. Oh god, fighting orcs in the swamps. Ugh. Indeed, yeah, the swamps really helped us, because I mean, while these guys were in the swamp, they had minus 25 range defense. I've only got 3 arrows left here, so I'm actually going to save them for once he's surrounded, and then I want to apply the stacks of, it's called again, Overwhelm, to further reduce his defense. Everybody's so exhausted, just slogging towards him. I shouldn't speak too soon, but we took remarkably little damage in this fight. Just what sucks is we're going to be in the negative values and he's going to be on ground where he's not taking a combat penalty, so there is that to think about. Also, I think the fishing nets played a big part in the victory as well. He doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I could even just spend 2 or 3 turns just resting everybody, but I haven't got time for that. Pathfinder. My kingdom for Pathfinder. Slow, torturous progress. He's right there. Okay, let's get ready, lads. Little splashing noises. Splash. If I can get these tier 1 weapons, oh, I'm going to be thrilled. There was a fighting axe and there were 2 winged maces. We'll show their shields, so it doesn't look like we got them. I wouldn't be at all surprised if those tier 1 weapons have much lower drop rates in this sort of fight, because we're only getting paid 1,000 gold to do this mission, but I mean, if all those tier 1 weapons were to drop, we would be getting like 12,000 gold worth of weapons from just this one fight. I'm still hopeful. I mean, we still might get them. I mean, there was that other fight against the raiders where they didn't drop on the ground during the fight, but then they appeared after the fight. Hey, finally. Get him, lads, get him! Ouchie! That really hurts. Right, who's got the axe here? I think it's Scipio. Yeah, he should be able to get through that axe quite quickly. Of course, on the downside, it's only going to amplify the damage done by that freaking mace. It's a terrifying mace. I've got like... Oh, keep creeping everyone through. Okay, please stun. Oh, thank God. Now just keep stunning him for the next 10 turns so we can get into range. Oh God, finally. Get wrecked. No need for that axe. Go to your notched blade, please. Give him some stabby stabs. Please don't hit Alexander. Oh God. Okay, we need a plan here. Yep, you called it. You called it. One more hit on Alexander and he'll be dead, so. Immune to... Okay, so he's not immune to being knocked back. That's crucial. That just saved Alexander. Alexander's not being replaced. He is the replacement. It's our current banner bro, Picausis. He's getting replaced. Okay, at least now his accuracy is lowered, so... Oof, fractured elbow, ouchie. Oh, fighting in the swamp. This has been a nightmare. Save your fatigue, Lucius. Oh! Tell you what, a few warhammers would have been wonderful in this fight. We are getting there. We're starting to get the armor for raiders, and a couple of two-handed warhammers would just be the business. Oh, here we go, here we go. Now we're making mincemeat of him. If we can hit the bugger. We've done it, boys. We've done it. And not only did we not suffer any casualties, we didn't. Oh, we did suffer one wound. Whew. That was scary. So obviously, I have to say, everything. I'm almost too scared to press continue. Everything went our way, but the throwing weapons made such an incredible difference. Those throwing axes. I mean, even the ones that didn't land, they were doing damage to the shields, and the ones that hit the armor of the zombies did a surprising amount of damage. Oh, okay. So Decayed Coat of Scales is nice. Minus 36. That actually might be wearable. This is definitely wearable. That's awesome. This is the big thing, though. A winged mace, which you can give that to Lucius now. Yeah, and also, yeah, true. Mark Antony's Master Bow was super important. 255 for minus 22, 255, 240 for minus 20, that's even better. Now it's getting to the point where Lucius needs to carry the winged mace, a wooden stick, and a dagger. Because he's not always going to, like in that situation, he would have been better off using a wooden stick. So he doesn't do so much damage to the armor. That was a triumph. Well done, 13th Legion. On the downside, we're going to need how many tools? 28 here, that's a lot of tools. Oh, hang on, level ups. What about level ups? No one? Really? I think Alexander has definitely earned some time off. Still not ready to put these guys on the front line. So pleasantly surprised by how usable those throwing weapons were. Oh, where is it? Beautiful! 35 to 55. Almost 60 points damage to armor. Oh, well, super. In that case, you're going to have to hire... Be the ring rates, yeah. You're going to have to hire nothing but wild men, because no one else is going to be able to wear all that freaking ridiculously heavy armor. Even the farmhands will struggle with that armor. It's so heavy. 2 to 5 days. 1 to 2 days. Okay, you can stay up front. It's usable. The gripper, the shield bearer. With 64, you go ahead and use that fighting axe. That's what you do. .65 is far too low. Who's got the highest fatigue here? So this is 230 for 30. This is 240 for 36. So that's, I think now we can definitely sell the coat of plates. I mean, it's only an extra 20 armor for like 8 extra fatigue. It's just far too heavy. These decayed full helms could be wearable though. So this is 210 for 13. No, we don't have the armor. We don't have the fatigue for it. We will get there, but not yet. Certainly not yet. 48. You sucks. You're so bad. Oh right, the fatigue. Your chest is pierced, so maybe it's not that bad. I also love that we've got heater shields all on the front line. Oh, look at these cheap prices. 300 for tools is not cheap, but it's comparatively cheap. And we shot like Jesus. We shot a lot of arrows. Not surprising at all. It may be worth swinging past Nordholz to go get some more. Go to the Fletcher there to get some cheap ammunition. I think I'm going to hang on to all of these helms. I mean, I can sell them whenever. I'm not going to look at what that is just yet. We're getting very close to our 10,000 gold goal. I think everybody's earned a day off, to say the least. Well done, team. Well done. Let's at least repair all our gear that we can get going. Well fought. Onward, men. It does suck that we're going to have to get rid of Agrippa. He was quite promising, actually. 64 melee skill at level 3. So resolve increased by 25. Now, does that increase 27 by 25%, or does it increase what it was? So, like here, it's minus. Does it turn that 40 resolve to a minus 15 resolve? Because if that's the case, I might actually take it. One thing's for sure, we can start flogging a lot of these flails. We don't need this many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. "61 tools, wow. Ugh, this place is always fucking being raided by greenskins. You can never buy anything here, it's always so bloody expensive. I think I can get more profit than that. I can do better than that. A tailor, retired soldier, another farmhand. I'll always hire farmhands and see what their stat distribution is like. Okay, interesting. We could maybe turn him into another sword raider, but we don't need more sword raiders. His melee skill is too low, his range skill is too low to ever make him usable. Unlucky. Unbreakable Guardian Heater. That's actually amazing. $670 is a pretty good price. Surprising amount of tailors. You never normally see this many tailors. That tea was lovely. I've learnt my lesson about buying disowned nobles. Hedge knights. Yeah. Ratcatcher, never again. I can't believe I used to hire those when I first started playing. But you only have to see your guys get sick so many times before you decide never again. $703 for a mail shirt is actually tempting, but I've got to stop spending. Okay, we need 2,500 more. We're almost there. The question is, am I going to use these helms? I think the answer to that is no. I think we'll keep these two and then we'll flog these ones here. We'll hang on to the decayed coat of scales. I'll sell 2 of the flails. Certainly don't need that. I don't need these axes because we've got hand axes. Don't need another Morning Star. We're getting super close to our 10,000 gold goal. A quick cheeky mission and we should have it. 3 skull greenskins. No thanks. What I wanted was a 3 skull patrol mission, but hey. I am actually. I quite like the orc shields. If I'm up against a large number of enemy marksmen, then my archers, who still have good range defense, they carry the feral shield and like some throwing axes or javelins. I mean that's 20 range defense. That takes it up to 50. And then you have your 2 lines of men who just run at the enemy archers in a tight formation. I haven't had to use it just yet, but it's nice to have them there if in case they need it. I mean, again, I haven't had to use it this entire campaign. But the moment you don't have that loadout and you don't have it there ready for you, you get caught out and you get very deaded. Whoopsie, that's wrong. $115 for -6. Yeah, that helmet's fine. Love a good throwing axe. I've come to become very, very fond of these throwing weapons. Let's put javelins. Yeah, javelins on the flanks. How about that? Where's the other javelins? We had other javelins here somewhere. It's almost time to move our raiders to the front lines. I think as soon as Dory hits level 4, he'll go into Brawny and then start wearing the lamellar harness, the bassinet, and he'll use the war brand. And the great thing is we're about to hit our 10,000 gold goal. Then we can spend that money on really, really, really good armor. Hell, we can even buy some scale mail. Because scale mail you can get for about as cheap as 5,000 gold each. I'm only doing house affiliated missions now. Ideally I want patrols down here in the south. You could buy full plate. Full plate is 42 fatigue though. We don't have anyone who can wear it. I need to get my calculator, but I believe scale mail has the best armor to fatigue ratio. Full plate I think is a little bit less. And it's, you know, insanely expensive. Terrified villagers, I'd love to do this if it's nice. A cemetery, clearing out cemeteries. What you got for us? Excellent. He can be a great raider. We just need to get rid of his dastard trait. 2 stars in melee defense, 1 star in melee skill. Hartmut, welcome. You are going to be a hammer raider. I see bright things in your future. Armor and fatigue. Oh, right, so Heraldic Hauberk. Yes, that would definitely be the best one. Ooh, bread. Again, let's be prepared to be able to throw a lot of weapons. It's at this point, being that it's day 70, I think we can expect a lot more fallen heroes like that. And I just wish that I had the long axes in the last fight, so we'll leave these long axes here. Throwing weapon, dagger, axe, fine. That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. I just wonder if I can't do better than this arming sword. Potentially a flail. Now 40 to 45 over 25 to 55. Now we're going to have axes that are going to be able to break the shields for us. So these axes and swords and maces will be just totally fine. Let's see. Undead turns and he's missing half his face. I imagine there's going to be a necromancer in this one. If there's no necromancer here, it's going to be a huge amount of zombies. 20 of them. It's not that many. Oh, look at this. It's just normal Wiedergangers. Bless their little hearts. And there's not even a necromancer. No, bless him. Let them get closer. We'll start filling them full of every sort of throwing weapon we have. I'm glad I have the increased speed on for this. Yeah, when I get this confident, it means death's incoming. You can say that again. I kind of wonder whether the throwing weapons are actually a waste of ammunition, because it's just costing us money that we're throwing away. Yep, I think the throwing weapons are a waste of money. Oh, Mark Anthony, you monster. Nice javelin kill. I know it's a waste of money, but this is too much fun using the throwing weapons. Terrible shooting, Julius. It's getting to the point where, for Mark Anthony, I might want to just give him 3 quivers of arrows, because he's got his quick feet skill, so he can always get away if he gets engaged on. Okay, lads, time to go to work. Do you not have... Okay, he doesn't have the AP to take out his axe. I wish I'd given 2 of the guys the war brands. The war brands would have been great against these zombies. It's a slaughter, lads. Get 'em! The other thing I could do with our 10,000 gold, I could buy a few more warbows, so we have 4 warbows. On the logic that the best defense is a good offense. I might actually do that, just get more warbows in. I need to buy 2 more, and I can afford. I mean, we've got the masterwork, 1 warbow, 2 more warbows. What the hell, let's do it. We can just shoot the hell out of anything that gets near us. Yeah, there's some axes here. That hand axe in particular needs to be taken care of. And that one over there. We do have a grave robber, yes. No, a grave digger, sorry, not a grave robber. I could buy a claymore, certainly, but honestly, just in terms of, like, the highest attack values are all on our archers, so in terms of the DPS of our team as a whole, getting the 2 extra warbows makes the most sense. And I mean, the difference between, look at this, the warbow, to shoot it twice a turn, as opposed to the hunting bow, it's an extra 20 damage every turn. I had no intention of turning this into a predominantly archers run, but that's just how it's worked out. Oh, you cheeky scamp. Man, the difference between fighting Weitergangers with and without a Necromancer is just, it's night and day. With a Necromancer, they're full-on terrifying. It's true. Although with the Grave Robber, you're running the risk that a patrol from one of the houses comes to try to take them away. Which we saw in the Vikings playthrough. Oh no, a zombie bite! Get him, doggy. That's just annoying now, come on. Ouchie! No! Oh, you're out of ammo. I think I need to replace this jagged pike with the 3rd quiver of arrows. Fantastic work, lads. Pish. Oh yeah. Can you shoot at anybody safely? Nope. What a satisfying splat that makes. God, these bloody zombies. Ah! Are we almost done? Yeah, come on, boys. Oh, almost. There it is. XP figures are pretty damn good. Not much in the way of weapons, but who cares? Let's go get paid. Let's keep leveling up. So you're going to be a raider. You have to take melee skill. And you have to take gifted, because it's amazing. And you have to take fatigue and resolve up to 40. Yeah, but we have a grave digger, not a grave robber. Fatigue is great. Let's see. There's 2 melee defense. What else? So what kind of fatigues? Ooh, okay, welcome to the front line, Dory. Level 9, Lucius Varinos, 78 melee skill. What an absolute monster this man is. I think it's time for Berserk. A killing frenzy. Cleaver mastery. It kind of it depends. Like, I mean, I want to know what the late game crisis is, because obviously, again, if it's undead, then that's a wasted mastery, because you're not getting one of the biggest advantages, which is the bleed, because the only undead you can bleed are the necromancers and the necrosavants. It does nothing against the zombies. It does nothing against the ancients. It's nice that you can decapitate the zombies, but the zombies aren't your biggest problem. Lucius Varinos. I kind of think I should invest in footwork or in rotation, just to help keep him alive. He's so valuable. I mean, as much as I would love to have another offensive skill. I would say so. If it's greenskins, I would absolutely say Cleaver Mastery is worth it. You know, make those big orcs bleed, but then again, you're going to struggle to make the orc warriors bleed to get through all that armor. In the Noble War, definitely worth it. Although, it's also nice against orcs because they don't have the highest resolve, and if you kill them with a cleaver, it's more likely to be a finishing move, which is more likely to trigger their morale break. So it's worth it in that sense. I don't know what to take here, lads. As much as I'd like footwork to get him out of trouble, or rotation, I'm just thinking that with that low fatigue, he's never going to have enough fatigue to be able to get himself out of trouble. He needs someone else that has rotation to get him out of trouble. Berserk also is wonderful, but he doesn't have the fatigue to get the third swing in. He'll just knacker himself. I think Killing Frenzy is good. I've seen on the wiki that decapitations do more. Zero to 22 can ignore armor. Do we just get fast adaptation? I think fast adaptation, yes, even though I should have got earlier on. You remember that other fight where I swung at an enemy and then tried to stun them? And I said to myself, always try stun first. So with fast adaptation, if you swing first and miss when you're trying to stun, you have a second chance to try to stun with +8 accuracy. And fast adaptation is just great. Level 9 Archer. Oh, here we go. Another going berserk Archer. So it's not just Mark Antony who can go berserk when he gets a kill. So 3 of my 4 Archers can go berserk and Killing Frenzy. Oh wow, look at that. So Electora Spanky's a little bit behind, but in a few levels time, I mean, he's going to get Killing Frenzy on the next turn. Or maybe Berserk. Yeah. I mean, as much as I considered potentially getting us some heavy armor, I mean, this is too good to turn down now. I get 2 more warbows, and I've got 3 guys with warbows who go berserk. Yeah, Kogata, you're right. And I mean, I've gotten a lot of flack on my YouTube channel from a lot of viewers who felt that I should have taken fast adaptation on a lot of my guys. Generally, my taking of student is pretty unpopular. And I kind of see what they're saying. I go back and forth over student. The thing is, a student is an investment in your guys. So student is already paid off for my archers, who are now level 9, and who knows, what would the difference be? Maybe they're level 7 now, whereas they would be else. It's difficult to quantify. I mean, how do you quantify the value? It's difficult. 62 is no good. It's 13 for a swing. He's not going to have enough fatigue, is he? His defense isn't terrible. How would a male Horbeck work for him? 74. That's far more reasonable. But no, he doesn't have a shield. He just, yeah, he has to. Absolutely has to. He kept alive that way. Oh, we don't have enough more Horbergs. I really want Scipio to have good armor. It's true, yeah. You don't want to fall behind on your XP. Just really wish, like with Dahl Redless, on my raiders, I actually like taking fast hands because they can start the battle with a shield out for the extra defense. Because if they start the battle in the front line, they just eat every arrow that gets shot at them. I'll tell you what we can do as a sort of half measure. And then you can just step out on the flank and do some work there. I like that. I think that's a decent compromise. Okay, so Bitzelfuss, you are going to be replaced at some point. Hartmut, I need to get some leveling on you. That's 61. Terrible. Right, we need tools, as ever. Ooh, we'll hunt the Necromancer down, definitely. Ooh, we're so close to 10,000. What can we sell? Sell the junky junk. Oh, 80 gold. This momentous occasion. It's happening. Lads. We've done it. 10,000 gold. That's like, for someone like Hans Gruber, that's no big deal, but for me, that's freaking enormous. I've never had that much gold before. It's huge. Well done me, if I do say so myself. And on that note, I have just realized that this has been an hour and 15-minute long episode, which is a marathon episode. So let's call it there. And when we come back, we'll go hunt down this disgusting, dirting necromancer. We'll fill him full of arrows. And then we'll head north and go buy ourselves 2 beautiful war bows. Thanks, Super. Nice to know you got my back. But yeah, I'm a slow learner.